give good news and to set the captives free. Amen. Listen, Jesus came for the poor. Amen. Jesus came with the keys. Amen. Jesus came to remove the chains so the prisoners can be released.
Alright, coming to you live from Altamont Springs, Florida. This is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show. I am doing a Friday show. It is definitely not what I normally do. I normally do it on Thursdays, but I had a very busy week and a very busy Thursday. And I was busy today, but I was able to, after work, have it in mind to do a Friday show. So I am definitely, I don't have any notes or anything. This is kind of just like winging it, episode 83. And it's just going to be open discussion about faith, open discussion about what it really means and what we go through as believers in the world. In these times, it is a very rough time, and the social media and media is the best at making it even broader, and we levitate to that. We want to see more positive out of life, but the media and whatever other sources don't want us to see. Because there's a lot of great things that happen in a single day, more than you may think. Everything is more ratings for more negativity. There's more ratings for fights. There's more ratings for just chaos. And unfortunately, kind of lost a little connection there, but what I was going with, I don't know how long I was off live radio, but some people just in connection. Having a little bit of glitches here, but it's okay. This is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show, and it has been an interesting week. I am definitely back to a full-time job, and it is not for the weak-hearted. For sure, recycling, and there's a lot that goes into it besides just being out in the heat. That's one thing that a lot of people will talk about. Oh, well, man, you're in the heat all day, or it's. But the one thing that makes it really good, working in recycling, is the people. Not necessarily the customers that come all the time, but some of the majority, I'd say a good 80% of the customers are really nice, and they are, very educated on the materials. But then you have that 20% that don't have anything to do with positivity or being friendly. And, I've lived long enough to know how to handle people like that. And I believe that is also why I am trusted in the position that I am in to do that. I am pretty good with people normally. It does take me a lot to get pissed off. Now, for example, to my phone or the number, and I might have had a little glitch there, but that's okay. But the guy literally was just being very negative to the cashier, like she was doing a bad job, or the people there were doing a bad job. And it wasn't just that particular girl, it was another girl, and then the guy that worked there as well was getting dirty looks from him. So, as soon as he kind of said that, I automatically, I don't know what came to me, but I was just making the situation lighter. Maybe not only just for the cashiers and that guy, but for me. Because I don't like being around people that are negative. I don't like being around people that, think they're high and mighty, more power to them, or they just feel like they're more, better than the people that are in their presence. So I just went along and just said, welcome to Racetrack. I don't know why I said that, but either way, the guy looked back at me and gave me this look. You know? This look that was just like... And then he just went right back to the cashier, talking to her, saying, you know, whatever he was saying. And I get, you know, she was already done with him. So he's still sitting there with his beer, and I'm not being judgmental, but the guy already looked like he was drunk. So it didn't look like he needed another 15-pack of Coronas in the big bottles. Not the aluminum cans that look like bottles. And she said, oh, come on this side. So I was right next to this guy that is being belligerent, being very rude. And he said, what did he say? I forgot exactly what he said. He said, get up off me, or he said something of the matter of, you know, beat it, or I forgot exactly what he said now. I'm losing the train of thought, but either way, I kind of just looked at him and just said, okay, and then started talking to the cashier. After that, the guy left, didn't say anything to me, didn't, you know, wait for me outside or anything, but I just literally looked at him and laughed. We react a lot more to negativity than we do to positivity. We really do. You know, and that, I believe, is one reason that one of many reasons what's wrong with this country. You know, if we could all just be more kind, if we can be all more loving, if we can all be more acceptive of others, then this world would be a lot better place. But, you know, life, you know, getting more to just life in general, you know, life can be pretty challenging sometimes. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, doesn't matter if you're whatever you are. You know, it is tough. It's tough. But, okay, we had a little glitch there. We're having some technical difficulties. But, like I've stated, you know, we're just winging it tonight. You know, it's just me, myself, and I. Of course, parents are resting, brothers resting. But it's just me, myself, and I tonight. You know, it's been a long week. You know, transitioning into the old job, you know, the new job, but an old job. So I am back at the scrapyard, and, you know, I am happy. I am thankful for, you know, the opportunity to be back. They do need the extra pair of hands. It's definitely noticeable by the wires, for sure, but everything else that takes place in the scrapyard, you know, the one thing that I was talking to someone about the other day, or was it yesterday? Yeah. There's always something to do. It doesn't matter what's, you know, going on. It just, you know, there's things that have to be done on a timely manner. But, you know, in the position I'm in, there's always something to do. There's always something to organize. There's always something to, you know, put in its place. And the one thing that I like about my job the most is the interaction with people and the laughter and just being, you know, working hard is something that I do. I tend to want to perform my best to not only just glorify the company, not only just to glorify myself, but I do it to glorify God. God has given me the ability to be able to even work. God has given me the ability to even laugh. God has given me the ability to be able to communicate. And I'm very thankful for that. Even though I am not perfect by any means, I know where my heart stands, and God does as well. So, you know, being a believer in a world where, you are frowned upon. You are, not necessarily popular, and everyone is looking at you through a telescope, seeing when you mess up next, just so they can, blame God or blame themselves or blame you or me, or referring to me or whoever is a believer, that, well, why should I believe when your followers are like this? Like I've stated, I've titled this Winging It tonight because I don't have any particular topics that I want to completely go over. It's going to be kind of just everything. I will maybe read a couple verses out the Bible that I like a lot, or my favorite verses, at least two. But tonight is really just a venting party for young Casper. It is, like I've stated, I'm transitioning into an old new job, if that makes any sense. For anybody that's just tuned in, they're like, what? Old new job? What are you talking about? It's just a job that I've had recently and I've gone back. So it is a absolute pleasure to hear all the guys and even the women that work there. Hey, Casper! What's up, Casper? Casper Man. It's cool because that's a nickname, and it's not only a nickname, they think it as of a nickname, but it's a artist name as well, which I have been really slacking. And maybe that's why I've been in a funk for a little bit. Now, just because people need to understand, even when you're in a funk, you can still be positive. You can still be cheerful. You can be thankful for what you've had and what you do have. Don't be upset and negative for the things you don't have. But we had a little glitch there, but I was just talking about the notebooks that I have, and it's about 10 of them, and it's just about my faith, and it's not all necessarily just music. Some of it's just like hooks and stuff that I was going to use on a song, or legitimately I've only been in a studio, well, really never a professional studio, but a legit studio where it might be the MacBook or it might be a setup twice. So I'm seeing life kind of pass me by a little bit, and I am thankful to have a job where I am making what I make more at this place in a week than I made at my last job in 2 weeks. So it is a big step up for me, and it is a blessing, and I am looking forward to doing better with the money. I remember when I first started working there, I was young. I'm not saying I'm old now, but 3 more years I will be 30. Damn, I can't believe that. But I was 24, I believe, 23 or 24, one of the two. And I started this job after a recent breakup as well that was traumatic to me. Nobody really understands it like I do or God does, but it is something that has lingered in me moving forward in, obtaining a relationship. When you have really had your heart broken, it does things different for other people. Everybody has their own way of coping. Well, what I coped with was alcohol and drugs. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be something that I'm not. I am a Christian, but I'm not perfect. Just like the NF song, All I Have. You should check it out. NF is definitely some really good, positive Christian hip-hop music. But, it doesn't matter if I'm writing music. It doesn't matter if I'm working hard. Regardless, I'm a Christian. I believe that Jesus died on that cross for not only me, but for you and for anyone else that believes. And one thing that, I want to put out there as well is that I acknowledge God. How can we enjoy the relationships that we have if we cannot be thankful